All right, an alien abduction caught on camera, a security guard greeting a ghost at a hospital. Children are freaking out on a soccer field after they reportedly saw what they said a goblin on their field. And we have an alien spotted in a parking lot on a camera. These are all on today's show of Weirdest News in History with me, your host, Ben Chasteen. So, as Dryab just said, it's time to get weird. So let's start off with number 5. I really like that, actually. Joining me is my brother, Jordan. How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
So, yeah, this is going to be good. So for today's show, I want to do things a little bit differently. Instead of like me just talking, we're actually going to show stuff and show some potential real footage of things and real stories of weird cryptids or creatures or anything else. And then we'll kind of discuss them and see if we think they're real or fake or kind of what's going on. So yeah, we'll just start off with number 5. This is Jordan, you actually found this, right?
I did, yeah. I sent this to you and I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I was like, dude, we gotta include this on the show. So this supposedly, this happened in Argentina, and children have been left too terrified to play football after they believe they spotted a goblin on their pitch. So seriously scared. You go back and pause it. The thing is, it's just kind of like this blurry thing. It is kind of weird though. So the footage was filmed by one of the kids, and it just shows them like, just playing soccer or football, as you would say in the UK, on their field or pitch, as you would say in the UK. Here in America, we would say field. But and then all of a sudden there's a small dark shape that slowly crawls forward, moving awkwardly. I mean, it is kind of strange looking. At first, I mean, it almost looks like a monkey or something. I mean, it doesn't look like some kind of animal or like a cat or like a raccoon or something. It does look kind of weird. I mean, the children are genuinely freaked out, and he just drops the camera and pretty much takes off running. Because the boy is like screaming at the top of his lungs. Like there's, you unfortunately, like we don't really have a clear image of this thing, but it really scared the kids. All of them just started running. Also, this was in the local media of Argentina reported on this story, and they described this strange thing as like something like a goblin, and reported that the parents or the children of the parents said that they were even too frightened to return to play soccer the next day because they were like, we don't want to see this goblin thing. So one of the mothers described it as a paranormal phenomena. I'm just trying to see, like they all start running. So I don't know. Jordan, what do you think? That would look like, what was that at the very end there? It looks like a deer or something. I wish we had a better video, but the fact that
Yeah,
local media reported
that's
on
the
it
only thing I
and
can find, and the last thing at the end is just like them running away. But it could be literally anything. Like a few people in the comments even said it looks like a monkey. It could be some
that's
kind
what
of
I thought.
weird animal. But if my thing, if it was a monkey, though, why are the kids freaking out so bad that this
I know
thing's like
you would
running,
think it would be the other way around. If they saw a monkey, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, a monkey," and all like want to run to it.
or something to see common enough for to them it wouldn't be a big deal to them. So I don't know. It's weird. I saw it and I was like, I have to send this to you because this is strange.
Yeah, it really is. I'm trying to look up if there's wild monkeys in Argentina. There is. So there's quite a few of them. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, what they definitely saw something, you know. I mean, there's you can obviously see that something is there. What was it? Some kind of like, I mean, we would, you know, like a gnome goblin kind of thing. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I mean, maybe it was a monkey and they just freaked out. But I mean, even the parents commented on it, you know, and the kids didn't even want to go back. That's what I'm saying. I think if it was a monkey, I mean, you would think that they know what monkeys are. So it's weird anyway. But uh, so I don't know. I wish we had more to go on with this, but either way, it's just strange. That's why we included it in the show. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I'd like to know. So, all right, but yeah, I know. I just think that they wouldn't be so scared if it was a monkey, and it's just sitting there. It's like watching them. That's also kind of eerie. I mean, you would think a monkey would just kind of be scared, and it didn't look like it was moving like a monkey. So I don't know. All right, let's move on to number 4. Although someone mentioned in the chat that wild monkeys can be dangerous, but it is possible. However, again, like, why would the parents describe it as a paranormal phenomenon? That's kind of strange. So, all right, well, moving on to number 4. This is a very strange video too. So, what we're seeing here, this is, I think it took place in a hospital and also in like some South American country, I think. But what we're seeing is a security guard. The doors open. It's like in the middle of the night. Doors open, and it looks like he's like having a conversation with somebody. He opens up the little gate or the little, you know, line thing, comes back around, gets a wheelchair, and the whole video, there's nobody in the video that he's talking to. So the doors obviously open by themselves. And then he gets up and I was like, oh, hey, you know, I should greet this person. So what is going on? Like, so according to the video itself, there's nobody there. There was nobody that they're seeing. He saw somebody. He was physically talking to somebody that came in. It was supposedly a woman that came in that he was talking to, and like an older woman. And then lo and behold, she's not there in the video thing. So I started looking at, this was on Reddit, and I started looking at some of the comments about some people that have worked kind of like the graveyard shift in the you know, during the for like being a security guard. And someone wrote, this guy named Mental Vacation wrote, I used to work at a graveyard shift at Servo every morning between 5:30 and 5:45. The locked auto door would open and close, then do the same thing a few minutes later. During my second week on a really slow morning, an elderly woman walked in and we got to talking. Her husband had passed away and he used to come and collect the paper every morning before she got to work, before she got up at 6 a.m. That was when I started saying good morning every day. About a year later, the door didn't open and close one day. After a few days of nothing, I found out that she had passed away. So,
And I will say there's one thing about right here.
yeah.
The camera keeps like flashing like greens and stuff. I don't know if it's showing up on that screen, but on mine there's a little bit of like a green blur where he's like talking to somebody.
The other thing I was like, why is the camera so shaky? But now I realize somebody's like holding their iPhone to like, record it on a screen. So, but somebody else, some from a different perspective, somebody else said, being a security guard is super boring, like unbelievable numbingly boring. He's like automatic doors are sometimes just known to open and close by themselves. But he was like, maybe he just saw it open and was just bored and decided to just act like he was talking to somebody. However, I did a little bit more of like a backstory, and this does seem to be fake, actually. And what I found, it was like it said the images of supposedly paranormal characteristics show a security personnel from. Oh, it's actually from a very specific workplace, and it was like a kind of like a mental health hospital is what it is. And but what happened was the guy that was in charge of the institutional relations of the Port of Health Center, wherever that was, told one of the media corporations that the situation was rigged. That's what he said. So it kind of looked like that they were maybe they really were bored and they were like, yeah, let's just do something fun. And then it was like, oh, let's just post this because it's so funny. And many people believe it's real. So I don't know. So anyway, according to that, it does look like it was faked. I think it's just the whole scenario is just a little bit too much. Typically with some of these things, it's just like it's not as clear as this. So it does kind of look like it was faked in this regard. Somebody mentioned I wish it was infrared. I was thinking the same thing. Then if there really was something there, it would definitely show up, whether it was just a shadow or an outline of something was there. But anyway, um, pretty interesting, to say the least. Hmm. All
Yeah, I
right.
don't know. I Someone mentioned like why is he park it, but I think the camera cuts off as soon as he walks underneath the like underneath that
Oh,
like
but yeah, the
I
camera just stops there.
don't know if he's
Yeah.
parking it or if he's like was walking off or something like that.
Well,
Um,
the first time I saw it and I didn't know what was going on, it looked like he was offering the wheelchair and then the person declined. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll put it back then. That's kind of what I was getting from it. So,
well, anyway,
Jordan,
yeah,
your
good. If it's
camera
fake,
is
he's a good
off.
actor. Oh,
Your
sorry.
oh,
If,
oh yeah,
oh, there.
very good.
Yeah, but if it's fake, he's a good actor.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. If it really is faked, and then again, it's like, okay, this is also according to this like doctor. It was a doctor, Guillermo, um, Capaya or something like that, who was in charge of the institutional relations center of the Port of Health Center, which is what this is, I guess. But that's just I don't know. Again, it's
I'm
hard
gonna
to say with
I
these
wanna go
things.
through this again with like some video software and like slow this down and like mess with it and see if I can find
See if it
anything
really
weird.
is. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
it
quite
almost
curious.
looks. It's just too good to be real. That's the way I feel about it. That was
Yeah.
like in fact, the very first time I was watching it, I'm like, wait, what is going on here? Like I didn't really hit me at first. And then I'm like, wait, he's like talking to somebody and there's like nobody there. So anyway, definitely weird either way. And someone else mentioned it would be a weird thing to fake. Like, why would you fake that? But then again, maybe you're just bored and you're like, yeah, I
If
was
you're
just
bored, yeah, if you're not doing anything, it's midnight, 1 a.m., whatever, you're by yourself in a sanitarium, it might be like
yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
But okay, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, so it was a sanatorium mental institution, and that's exactly. Yeah, and it's like, how would that doctor know it's fake anyway? I don't know. Anyway, it's weird. Yeah, let's move on to number 3. All right. This one is a little bit more creepier than the other ones that we've seen so far. So this is about a security camera in a family's home captures Christmas. Oh, wrong video, Jordan. There we go. Videos
Sorry.
captures Christmas decorations coming to life. So
Más y platillos que se encuentran en
get
diciembre.
rid of the sound. So around 3 a.m., security cameras captured a moving figurine. You could see at the bottom down there, and that's why they triggered on, because it came on. It was like they moved, and so the cameras came on when it was started moving. That's why there's not really much footage prior to this. This video gained 23 million views online. Again, this is at 3 a.m. So some people suggested maybe the family like set this up as a hoax, and it was like a battery operated figurine thing, that was moving. I mean, that's kind of what it seems to be. However, the woman who posted the video followed up and said, that is not battery operated. There's nothing there to put batteries in. It's just a stuffed, just like a toy, just like a stuffed toy that's like a snowman with a cone thing on it or whatever, so it's not meant to move. And that's the freakiest thing about this. So some people were like, maybe it's like a holiday magic and not necessarily creepy paranormal thing, but it is at 3 a.m. The thing is, though, we can't see, it's kind of cropped off. So you can't see the bottom where it's like, could be somebody moving it. Well, yeah, they could be, who are not in the camera. Also with this stuff, I mean, it's easy to put like strings and things on it. However, the way it's moving, it looks like it's actually like it's not moving by somebody pulling a string. Like it's almost like wobbling back and forth like it's walking. What do you think, Jordan? You're muted.
Sorry about that. CCTV cameras are really weird because of the fact that there's always like glitches, and there's always like it's not a flow, it's not a solid stream. I mean, they shoot at like 13 frames a second or something like that.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
well, also,
it's
and
like,
they're infrared. I mean, not infrared. Well, kind of like infrared. No, well, night.
Not infrared, but
not completely infrared. But
right.
you need infrared light for it to activate.
I really wish like down here wasn't cut off. It's almost like it stops right here. So I want to know if it's like completely not surrounded by anything, or if there's something there.
Yeah, it looks like an elf, but it's actually a dressed up snowman with like a cone on its head, because I thought it was an elf too.
Weird.
So I mean, it's like a cross between an elf and a snowman or something, or maybe it is an elf. I don't know. They mentioned it was a snowman, but it does kind of look like an elf. Play it one more time, Jordan. Can you zoom in? Is it possible to zoom in a little bit at the bottom?
No, on YouTube.
See, it's just weird because it's kind of like
it looks like it's walking.
It does. It looks like it's walking, and then it also turns. Like that would be really, really hard to do unless somebody is holding it off camera and kind of moving it around.
But
yeah, it's weird, to say the least.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it definitely kind of gave me some. It's like the first time I saw it, I definitely got chills. The first time I watched it, I was like, "Ooh, this is kind of creepy."
Yeah, the security guard one. As soon as I saw it, kind of made me laugh. That was my first thought when I watched it.
Yeah.
This one is a little more eerie. Well, anything more subtle is always going to be a little more eerie too, for the most part.
Yeah, Dryab also mentioned something in our chat that it almost seems like like the arms are moving too, like it's walking. I mean, the woman who took this and the family, I mean, there was a whole media
Oh, that's it
report
right
about
there.
it.
This is it right here.
That is it. Okay, that because
Okay,
you kept showing that.
that's
What is that? So it's like a snowman that's dressed up as like a nutcracker elf kind of
the
thing,
thing.
and it's not battery operated. So the woman who took this swears up and down that it's like this is an honest to God video that happened. So
This is actually a wall right here, and
right.
this is a corner. So if someone's here, they literally would have to be like shoved into the corner to push the press on this.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if you're going back to the original,
Yeah.
they would
And the
have to
thing
be
is
sitting on
that
the
that might
couch here, or they would have to be like they would have to move the
oh
couch out of the
geez.
way. They could
You're absolutely right. I see what you're saying now. So it's showing it from that
the camera is
perspective.
up here in the corner.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And there
And the
is
couch is not
there is a
moved.
wall. Yeah, the
The couch
couch
is
is
not moved over because there's this other longer
yeah.
couch right here.
You might be right about this. And the thing is, it's kind of cut off because that's just how the camera is positioned. So now I understand that. That is weird, man.
Someone said that'd be hard to do with a string. Yeah, because look at
Yeah.
this
Some
from this
you
point of
you
view, right?
you can't do that with the string. No way.
There we go.
No
So,
way.
like, they would have to be standing straight in this corner
Yeah. The
somehow,
other
or
thing
maybe
too, most likely these legs don't like they're it's like probably made of wood. So
right.
it's like it's just like a solid block of wood, that's then carved. The feet and legs are carved into it. So it's not like two legs. It's like one piece of wood that looks like it's two legs. But the way it's walking,
Here's it a little bit more zoomed in, but it's
yeah,
more.
and then yeah, there you go. And it just curves around the tree because you can see the face there. You can't see the
Right.
face. It slowly curves. It's like kind of wobbling back and forth, and then all of a sudden it's like facing the tree. I'll say this.
It's
If
really
this
wild.
video is a fake video, they did an amazing job on this.
I would agree, 100%.
Because I'm like way leaning towards this is a real video. So I mean, I personally seen all kinds of weird, crazy things out there, and heard so many different stories. So it doesn't shock me that it's real. But yeah, I would lean more towards real in this case. So Baggy Winkles says he's telling his friends to follow. He might be. It's like, hey guys, I'm gonna walk away from you and
Right.
turn around. And it's like, hey, why don't you come with me? That's scary. It's
Yeah.
freaky. I mean, that would freak me out. That really would. If I saw that and I was at the house,
Right.
I don't know what to think. What happened? Oh, our front door, the lock on the front door just randomly came, like it just locked itself. And so like mom was asking me if I did anything. I was like, no, I don't know.
Where's
So
this
yeah,
at?
in my house. So
Oh,
yeah.
you're more in the most recent house?
Yeah. This just
Okay.
happened a few days ago. So parents
All right.
parents are staying with me right now. So yeah,
All right.
super weird. All right, let's move on to number 2. Alien figure seen in a parking lot. So this one, it looks like some kind of alien figure with an oversized head is seen oddly moving around by some parked cars before like slowly moving back into the shadows. And this was also captured on a security camera in Fresno, California on November 10th, 2023 at 1:30 in the morning. I mean, unfortunately, man, that is freaky.
There's something always odd about the CCT stuff because it just looks so jarring no matter how
I
you squint.
know. So November 10th, I was just thinking like, could this be around Halloween? Is somebody in a costume, But then again, it's like, and then like what happens? It just like kind of disappears. I mean, the thing about this stuff, we never know, if people are faking things or, editing videos or whatever, but it does look pretty creepy and real. I'm trying to find like the good thing about if I can find things that are older prior to AI, then it's like easier to, judge things and look at things. Now with AI, it almost makes things like
Yeah, it's really
so
hard.
hard to really like see what's real and what's not with this stuff.
I always look for jump
But
cuts. My first thing I look for is like, is there a jump cut? Is there a camera movement? Is there something weird or jarring or that shouldn't be there?
right. So
Because a
for
lot of
example,
times, like, oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead. A lot of times what?
A lot of times, like in videos, like I've spot videos where they've used like transition techniques, or you can
Mhm.
spot some kind of effect or something like that, so it's a little bit more easier to see it. But this is a stationary camera.
Yeah. So the person who uploaded this was originally something about it. It was a UFO channel anyway, and um, s- described it as a typical gray or almost like an insectoid type being, with its weird head, maybe the mantis or something, or mantids. Um, but
It's so
huh.
weird.
It is really strange though. Yeah, the other thing about the CCT footage, if it's the original footage, like a lot of times you see something on a computer and then people are recording it with their phone, which is why it's shaky. But if it's the original CCT footage that's shaky, then I'm like, this has got to be fake because why would it be shaky if it's a CCT camera? So again, this looks like somebody is recording this on their phone on from like a computer that they're watching. But the way it moves its head right there, because at first I'm like, well,
Yeah,
it could be somebody in a costume, but there's just not human.
weird. Yeah,
And then the arms are really lanky and long, and it's tall too, because it's like taller than that car if you think about it. And granted,
what?
it's like I mean, it's if you take a normal Honda, like yeah, we can see over it, but this is like this guy looks like he's like over 6 feet, maybe even 7 feet tall.
Maybe, I'm not sure because his head's not. Oh, that's when he vanishes. But
That's
he's
weird.
probably looking about 5 feet, about right here,
Yeah, maybe.
five.
Yeah,
So it's probably only 6 feet at the
yeah, 6 feet.
maximum.
Thanks. Yeah, you're probably right.
So someone said take the helmet off.
Could be. It also could be like a motorcyclist with some kind of weird helmet on too, but it's just very strange. Or somebody just editing this video, and that's the problem. We just don't
Mhm.
know about
Yeah.
this thing. But either way, pretty interesting to look at and watch. All right. All right. Let's move on to number one here. This is probably one of my favorite videos to talk about. I mean, I think Rob and I have talked about this like a long time ago,
Is there
but
sound on this one?
there's no sound on this. So, this is called the Droit. Don't play it yet, Jordan. Let me explain a little bit so what people are going to be watching. This is the Droitwich alien abduction. You can leave it on there. You can leave it on there, but it's the Droitwich alien abduction video. It came out around 2010, and this is in the UK. So the backstory is that there's a woman that felt like she was getting abducted in her home. And she told her, and this is in uh, Worcestershire, UK, is where it happened. So she told her husband about it, and so they decided to set up a like a night vision camera in their house and just point to themselves while they're sleeping. And I guess she had two abduction experiences in a space about a week, she said. And there's a lot of detail to this story. There's the woman, she came out publicly, their whole experience about this. And the guy who's in charge, so right here, she's laying with her husband. Something happens. She's kind of it looks like she's moving around, although the sheets kind of start rising up, and then nothing. She's just gone. And you can see the time frame. It was not edited, and that's why they wanted to show the time there. Go back again, yeah.
That's what I'm doing. 34,
And
11, 12, 13.
16, 17, 18, 19. See,
Uh,
time is going, and then
I will say it's easy to add a timer on a video.
yeah, it's true.
It's very easy to add a timer on a video.
Yeah. However, this that's why the backstory of this is so crucial. So keep playing it.
Fast forwarding here.
Yeah. So now they're fast forwarding because she's gone for minutes, like 20 minutes or something like that.
I don't know what this is back here, but it looks like a Jawa.
Jawa?
It's like a clock or something.
Yeah, it's I guess I'm kind of seeing the Jawa. And maybe it's more towards the end, but they're showing like how long she's gone for. Yeah. So David, his name is Dave Hordren. He's the lead investigator of the Birmingham UFO group, or BUFOG, as it's called. And he studied this footage along with his team.
Oh,
so
shit.
Yeah. Then she just reappears, kind of freaking out. Her husband starts waking up, like, what's going on? And he's just kind of asleep, and then she just stays asleep because it's like they brought her back, and then all of a sudden, like, so anyway, there's been a lot of people have investigated this video over the years, and Dave, this is his quote. He said he spoke to the woman and his team studied the footage and they deemed it genuine and not a deliberate hoax. And I guess the woman was legit scared, but she also didn't really want to go too public with her story. She didn't want all the attention. She really just wanted it to go away. I think the best way to prove that this happened to her would be to get her scanned to see if she has a chip inside of her. Because if she does,
there's a good chance
it confirms the story. So also, this could explain how. So, I mean, again, you could say there's whether it's aliens or military or whatever, but what I understand how it kind of happens is that the like shadow people that always people report seeing, it's kind of like they're half in our dimension and half in theirs, and then so then it's like it's kind of like they don't like beam you up in a spaceship. It's literally like, oh, we're just going, it's like the spaceship is there in the room. It's just that it's in another dimension, and they somehow can take your body and then just have it reappear in that other dimension where the ship is and where they are and everything else. And then they just like make you reappear in this reality. If that's the best way I can possibly describe it.
And according to report, she was gone for 13 minutes.
Okay, 13 minutes. Yeah. And that's why they speed up the time. So she doesn't really remember too much of what happened to her, but I want to say she went through either she didn't want to or she did go through hypnotherapy. I'm trying to look to make sure what was.
Man, I wish we'd see like the original footage and not this like cell phone recording.
So there was a company called, or a TV series called Fact or Faked, and they try to recreate this to see it. So it's like they take videos that look real and then they recreate it to see if it could be recreated, and they could not recreate this, not in the same way. And the main thing is because there's, you know, it doesn't look like there is a jump cut. Like it doesn't look like it, it's like because that's the thing. The sheet just kind of
It's so
goes down.
smooth. Like
It's
the sheet just is constant. Just it doesn't jump. It doesn't glitch. It doesn't do anything. It's just so smooth.
And the only way to recreate something like this would be super, super elaborate, where you actually have like a trap door that you're laying
Mhm.
on, and then you have like fishing
Platform
line.
that's like lowering you slowly.
Yeah, yeah, and then you have a fishing line that's like holding up the sheet. So after you go down, then the fishing line would slowly come down. I mean, but that's so elaborate that no one, and this is such a grainy, horrible video that no one in their right mind would actually do that unless you're going to go all out and put like a 4K camera in there and then film yourself doing it and then try to be famous on top of it. The thing is, she didn't even want any, she doesn't really want anything. But
Right.
she said these in 2010 she had 2 abduction experiences. She said these were what is known as a trigger experience, meaning, oh, I'm sorry, she's not saying that quote. That is actually from Dave. Dave said these were what is known as trigger experiences, meaning it was so traumatic and obvious to her that she clearly knew something had taken place. It caused her to start regressing what had happened earlier in her life, and that is when she got in touch with his group to start investigating this. Her husband made security cameras for a living, so he put together the cameras. He actually didn't believe her, but after her abduction experiences and how frightened she was, he finally decided to go ahead and just do it, just more for the sake of her. He didn't actually think anything was going to happen. So he was even more shocked than she was. It happened after 3 days he set up the cameras.
Trying to find a better video of it.
Yeah. She
But
just suddenly
one I found was even worse than this one.
from her bed. You can see the covers, of course, after 13 minutes, the covers just kind of shoot back up again. And about 13 minutes, the bed covers kind of shoot up in the air. And when it drops back down, she is back down by her husband. Dave also said that he worked at a base in Rwanda, and
The other thing too, if there was like a trap door or something like that, like her
yeah.
husband probably would have like moved or something
Oh,
too.
dude, there's no way that they're making a trap. I mean, it's just a bed. I mean, I mean, you can't. That's what I'm saying. Like, this would be impossible to fake. You would have to have a whole team of people to fake this. And what's the point of
I
faking?
know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're gonna fake it, you would be like, okay, we're gonna get like good lighting, pretend it's at night, because you see those cameras or people are
Yeah,
faking things, and it's like this is too good to be real. And that's what makes this more compelling, is the fact that it is this like grainy video that's like also being kind of recorded on a computer. But
right.
but this
Yeah,
this has sparked a lot of conversations. A lot of people have looked into this. And that's why I think this is one of the most compelling videos out there of an actual alien abduction, even though you don't see, creatures or anything. This really shows something even like more profound, I think, in this
right.
case.
This is so crazy how naturally this happens. Like,
Yeah, her husband is still there on the other
yeah,
side. He's just kind of flat, and I think you can kind of see his feet at the bottom there near the
a little bit
zero
of that.
nine. Yeah. Um,
Man, I haven't seen this video in years. I forgot about this video existed.
yeah. That's just weird. It's just like she just like appears. I mean, again, she could kind of come up, but then like, why would you fake
Yeah.
something extreme in a house, Like, and that's how much money that would cost to make some kind of door? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna go all out and actually fake this, like you want to make sure that you're like getting fame or notoriety or something,
I'll
because
blow it up for everybody. It's
yeah,
crazy.
so crazy.
Someone said they need a sleep number bed.
Oh man, it was nuts. Really is freaky.
Yeah.
But all right. Yeah, that video. I still, like I said, I still think that is one of the best cases for alien abduction videos. But I would love to get her scanned though to see if she has a chip inside of her. I'm sure by now, like she's probably trying to move on from this and don't really want to think about it. I mean, it's like 15 years ago now.
Yeah.
But
So
maybe not. I mean, typically, and this is what I found with alien abduction cases. If someone is abducted, they usually could continue on through their lives. It could also end at a certain point, like when you hit like 30-ish. So it really just depends on what they need, I guess, and what happens. But
wild.
Seth said my wife would totally blame me and said it was a fart. That's hilarious. That's funny. Anyway, very good, very, very good video. So thanks you guys for hanging out. Let us know which one you like the best in the comments. Also, if you have anything you would want to share with us, videos, photos, story ideas, anything, hit us up at weirdernews@rise.tv and we'll definitely include it. So thanks so much for watching. Jordan, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. And then we'll see you guys on the next show. See you out on the edge.